Greetings and welcome to another thrilling and exciting adventure in the world of the Planetary Persuader. I am KozMcKev, your host. This is for Friday, April 3rd, 2020. And so what do we got going on today? Well, we've got ourselves a moon in Leo, and the moon is in the lunar mansion or nakshatra known as Alesha. So what do we know about Alesha? Well, Alesha is ruled by the Nagas, and the Nagas are like snakes. And if any of you put a white sheet out before an eclipse and a place having a total eclipse, there's these like thing the sun does that'll reflect like it looks like snakes coming out of something. And Alesha is the last degrees, last 13.20 degrees of the zodiac in Cancer, and it's this place where it's going to go into the Gandanta tonight, which is the knot between a water sign and a fire sign, and by tomorrow morning sometime the moon will be in actual Leo in the sidereal zodiac, and at that point it'll change into the Maga nakshatra, which is the Petries or the ancestors, and so that'll be Friday. So anyhow, that'll be Saturday. Actually, that you'll feel that Maga vibe going on. The ancestor support, ruled by Ketu, South Node, intuitive. But today, Alesha is Mercury, so there's an intelligence. The Nagas are the snakes, and they also have, snakes can have a venom that could be poisonous, but it also can heal you from a disease or sickness. And there is like also that sexiness of snakes, sort of like the snake charmer. There's a little sexiness with Alesha, and they often have hypnotizing eyes, it's said, if that's a moon sign in your horoscope, or is where your rising is. I guess in the tropical zodiac, that would probably be, I think, relatively somewhere between 12 to 24 degrees Leo. Maybe, or 23, 12 to 23. Somewhere in there, maybe 11 or 10 to 23, 10 to 23, we'd say. Yeah, that's where in Western astrology this lunar mansion that's in sidereal Cancer actually is. So anyhow, there's this little thing that happens. And so, Saturday in some ways, the energy will feel a lot different, and hopefully stronger. So, greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. Moon is in the tropical zodiac Aries. Tropical zodiac moon's in Leo. That's fifth house moon. That's a happy moon. That's creative expression. That's you getting yourself out there in a good way. Let's see now. We've got Uranus and Venus loosely go. Venus is actually moving into Gemini. So more community involvement, doing art with your hands, it can be just this wanting to make connection. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So Venus moving into your second house this week. So the power of the voice is much more important now, and so we can see that, we can look at that. We've got the moon in your fourth house for, I guess, today and part of Saturday. So how do you feel about things? That's really the question of the day. And just checking in with your emotions, checking in with your mother. If your mother's still with you, say hi to mom. Give her a call. Check in. Well, greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. So we've got Venus in the first house, and so this week. So you're bringing on more of a flirty love vibe, and people are coming. It's like spring has sprung, and where you were once alone, you're now in a place where there's life, and let's see. Well, there's like Sun is in your 11th house, social, getting to know people, finding good friends, people that can be helpful, good connections for your life. Career stuff, still moving forward with that. I'm trying to getting a timeline here for when Mercury moves into Aries finally. It looks like it's going to happen, oh man, like on the 11th probably. So it's still it's still a ways away. Yeah. So next Saturday. So it's still Venus, and Mercury's rather in Pisces. It's in debilitation there, but it's next to Neptune. There's this reason to have faith than really just trust your logic, is what I'd say at this time. It's like you kind of need to take that jump of faith, and so reason may not make sense. But with Jupiter, and Pluto in the 8th, there's a lot of change, there's a lot of transformation. So you could use a break. You could use some help. Well, greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, you start out, if you're watching Friday, it's kind of like, okay, my family, my values, these are the things I'm really looking into. And then over the weekend, that's going to expand more into your community and your connections. And it's going to take off from there as you're able to move ahead both mentally and emotionally this week. There's a lot of partnership issues that you're still dealing with. And there is this urgency in the world that demands a lot of letting go and things that are out of your control. And you're not really sure how you feel about this. I think you find it a little bit depressing. There's an element of grief. And Saturn, especially in the 8th house, can really bring this sense of grief. And so even Mars Mars has to slow down. Saturn's a big planet. Saturn's, a little bit more energized, and Mars is exalted in Capricorn, but it's going into Aquarius, and with each other, and so there's the social urgency that just can be unnerving sometimes. We just have to accept that. That comes with the territory. Greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. We're starting out with the moon in your first house. That right there is fortuitous. There's a sense of bravado. I remember saying last week, it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot weekend. So, we're kind of dealing with this last part of major change, that we're going through. And there's going to be some kind of new beginning where things will seem a lot more hopeful, a lot more under control in, just in a couple weeks. Or less, but this week, it's you're dealing with trying to be as diplomatic as you can in what's really a touchy situation. But that your commitment is strong. You're in it for the long term. There's actually a lot of hope that career-wise things will get better for you, and you're in a luckier spot, than usual. It's Venus moves into a more social house, so you might feel more free about yourself in terms of creativity and love. Okay. All right. Well, greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. you know, eighth house. It's not like your, you know, typical place. I mean, it is a very weird transformative house. Can involve death. It can involve birth. You know, it can. There's so much that it can involve, and it's just really important to just like stay mindful, look towards the spiritual. Yeah, there's sexual lust can be a part of it, but it's like when we're in that state, we don't have as much control, you know. And so part of love is letting go, you know, in that world, because Venus is exalted in Pisces. But Venus is currently in the constellation of Capricorn, but now in Gemini. So we're just like, where is this other side of me? And, you know, who is it, and how can I, you know, work with this kind of energy? And so there is this, like, you know, one of the best things we can give each other is a sense of devotion. And so, you know, love is service partly. And you know, the moon is going to go in your first house Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, even Monday, you know, you're going to be really on top of your game. And, but don't, you know, just always ask questions like, well, what do you like? You know, and be listening. What do they want right now? And be open to that, and you'll get in there. I mean, and then you can say, are you interested in hearing how I think might be a great strategy, you know, or something like that. And then there's more opportunity for like a little share. Yeah, okay. All right, so greetings, Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, the weekend, I'd say, you know, you're gonna have some fun, you know, overall. I mean, I think by Saturday night, Sunday, I would probably try to stay home more and just chill out and reflect a little bit, because you know, it's not all easy for anyone. But on Tuesday, Moon will be in Libra, so you know that is going to be like your day to shine. Tuesday and Wednesday. You know, Wednesday seems a little more auspicious since most of you are sidereal Virgos, and that's a Mercury day. So I expect something really amazing to happen for you this Wednesday, even. You know, Aries is your partnership sign in Western tropical zodiac. So Aries, you know, it's like you're sort of the medicine for Aries. And you notice there's really no planets have been in the fall signs. And I think they call this Kalasarpa Yoga or something. This is in this week, though, the moon, once the moon gets over there in Virgo, Libra, we're going to get out of that. We're out of that Kalasarpa Yoga. You know, things are starting to separate and get into other houses, and so we don't really. But you know, there's been so much in this one-sided, lopsided thing, and so in a way, like this week and beginning of next week, we're going to get these opportunities to work with something more reasonable. Well, you're lucky in love, yeah. Here we go to Scorpio. So Scorpio, you know, another Mars ruled sign, but this one's all about work. You know, think about how you were 0 to 7 years old, and think about how much you learned between 42 and 48, and how there was quite, you know, an amazing turning of the mind at that point. And so, you know, Scorpio, he's got this sort of like, you know, working with the Pluto energy, working with the sun on a different level, you know. You're not shining as bright as Aries, and yet you're deep, you're in water. So you're sharing two elements. You've got this masculine element of Mars, maybe Pluto. I don't know if we really would call it masculine or feminine necessarily. But, and then there's water, which is totally feminine, and receptive. And so this is a time for you to see the emotional needs of others in some ways and empathize, deal with like more empathy. And, it looks like for you Saturday, Sunday, Monday are better days to, reach out to friends. I don't know, have a distance party or something, I guess, whatever it takes these days, special suits. And you just got to work on your health too, just do things to help yourself as the changing of the seasons. Well, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Here we go. How do we bring it to you? Pay attention to your throat. If you're feeling blockages there, try to be peaceful in your speech. Try to listen to things that are soothing. In short, be an ostrich and bury your head in the sand. No, I didn't say that. No. I only said it to you because I know you have a sense of humor and you wanted to hear something like that. But seriously, Pluto and Jupiter in the, in South Node, all in the second house. You want to just work on good throat hygiene, and then there's Mars in the third house. Is a really good place for it. Saturn, I don't know. It's I think it could go either way. Sometimes Saturn in the third house can be difficulty with siblings, particularly younger ones. Who isn't an older sibling? And at some point, your younger sibling or siblings, it becomes so annoying to you. That's just the way it rolls, And if your younger sibling, it's like you just can't stand how you're being bullied by your older siblings, and that's some signs that kind of issue. But really, the deal is you've got love is coming in your life, and you're having fun. Your heart is open, and this, as much as a hazard as this has also been like, oh my God, we got to get together. This is crazy. And so, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, now, okay. You get a lot of insights these days. I remember one older kind of like Pluto and Leo generation baby boomer, kind of late in that generation, but yeah, that generation. And he was just saying to me, oh my God, I've got Pluto transiting my first house. What am I going to do? And I'm like thinking to myself, I've got Pluto like right on my ascendant, within a couple degrees of my ascendant. And I'm like, it's really nothing to be scared of. It's actually a gift. It gives you insight. It gives you it's like having the highest seat in the bleachers at a parade, and you can get a great overview from up there. And so, as we, it's kind of like the movie The Matrix, when Neo realizes that, he actually can move faster than the bullets and everything slows down, and like, oh my God, our mind is doing so much to us. And so there is this type of thing happening with you. It's like, I need to stay in the calm zone. And there's a reward to this. It's like, no matter how unusual somebody feels, it's like, what would you like to be thinking about? Let's ask that question. What would you like to be thinking about right now? Let's make our thoughts an invitation. It doesn't have to be forced, like, think good thoughts. That sounds kind of dictatorial and stupid to me. No, you can't just think good thoughts. But I can ask the question. What would you like to be thinking about right now? What would you like to be focused on? And one of the things that helps with this is, what are you grateful for what is happening right now? Okay. Aquarius, we are up to you. We know what you're up to. Okay, so Aquarius, it's like this. You're really situated well for leadership right now. but you feel, kind of guarded on both sides of you. There's certain activity that's just like, I don't know, if I can make this work or not. But I'm going to say you can. And I mean, I think this weekend you're going to find a little balance, especially Friday, Saturday. You're going to feel like, okay. I mean, Sunday, Monday, Saturday night, you might be feeling, oh man, heavy changes afoot, and I don't know, how to answer all of that. You got Sun in the third house. That's younger siblings, friends you went to elementary school with, high school, and maybe even college. Longtime friends and siblings that you grew up with, especially younger siblings, cousins even. Communication with each other. Courage. Where you find courage. Working with your hands. And that's part of the deal. Okay. Getting down with Pisces right now. This is time for extreme spiritual visioning. So I say, you like that? This is a time for extreme spiritual questing, if there ever was one. Moving it all down to simplicity. Why am I afraid of doing without? What am I making space for in my life? Because this is what's happening. So many of us, most of us have been affected by this, where we're losing income in some way or another, and the whole wheels of whatever's happened just seem to be stopping. We can work this out. We're not deadbeats. And we can I think we can even do better than a digital dollar. So it's a bigger vision, and things are going to loosen up a lot this week, is what I see. I think, of course, Saturday night, Sunday can feel kind of romantic, and even Monday a little bit, and so there's some, and then later on the week, there's going to be some change, a little bit of restlessness, but then by the, you'll have learned something that's brilliant, something fortunate's going to happen by next weekend, and I can't wait to tell you about it. So we'll do this again with me, KozMcKev, Planetary Persuader. Love your comments, ring the bell, press like, subscribe. Thank you for being here. You are awesome, and you're the cure for whatever it is that's ailing us.